George Bernard Shaw once said, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." This is the story about how one family who was caring for a loved one with memory loss learned that important lesson and have spent almost 20 years caring for others like they were members of the family. CEO and founder of New Perspective Senior Living, Todd Novaczyk, always knew he would use his restaurant and hotel experience to bring joy to other people's days. He just didn't realize it would start with his mother-in-law.
Betty obviously was a very special person in our lives and came to live with us in the early stages of getting Alzheimer's and ended up for 7 years in our home. And over really the first couple years, we learned how to really engage her in a way that kept her feeling protected, inspired.
While Betty lived with the Novaczyks, she taught them that even those with memory loss can experience moments of joy and age successfully. But it's her lessons that are impacting so many more at New Perspective.
Betty has been our inspiration since day one, and here we are now 18 years later. Betty is still the inspiration in everything we do, because we always will ask the question, what's best for Betty?
So, if Betty was the inspiration for New Perspective, those who live in the communities and share their unbridled enthusiasm and happiness are her legacy.
Walt and I would have been married 64 years in about 3 weeks. So it was a long life together. It was very nice.
By all accounts, Irene and Walt Schwartzer shared a wonderful life. But when Walt's memory loss just became too much, Irene knew it was time for help.
When we were at home, it was getting harder all the time because, like I say, it was harder to keep track of him, especially at night. We were in separate bedrooms, which was a big mistake because he would get up at night. And one time did get outside, and I got up in the morning and he was sitting in the car, and he said he couldn't get out because he didn't have the keys. So it was much easier helping him and taking care of him.
Not only did the folks at New Perspective give Walt the care he needed, they enabled the couple to continue their love story, letting them live together in the same apartment. And Irene discovered at New Perspective, there's so much more to life.
When Irene decided to move here with Walt, she came here because he was not well. And she thought that she was coming here solely to get him the care that he needed. And I think she didn't understand that she was also coming here to help herself live life on purpose. Once Walt passed away, even though her heart was broken because they had had such a fulfilling marriage, she found herself getting more and more involved in the activities in the community and realized how rich her friendships were at New Perspective Senior Living, and her life just blossomed.
Probably the thing I'm most thankful for with living here is just being with other people, making the friends, getting into activities. It was getting to the point where we had more work than we could handle. And I think of all the things we had to do in the fall of the year, and I don't miss those things at all. Like I say, if it snows, let it snow, because I can just stay put.
So like the lessons Betty taught the Novaczyks, in a way, Walt taught Irene that living life and aging successfully really depends on where you live.
I see Irene living here for a long time because she is the embodiment of living life on purpose and thriving. And she will be here for a long time because she is so engaged in what she does. She is so active in her community. She participates in so much, and she is so happy.
It isn't about just providing services. It's about providing this whole environment where each and every person can age successfully as they choose. The why is about them. It's not about us. It's not about our policies. It's about how do we help them see what living life on purpose and thus aging successfully can really be in their lives.
It took me a little bit of time, I think, to get used to living out of our home. But I really like it, and it's home to me now.
For more information on life at New Perspective and aging successfully, visit npseniorliving.com or call 866-986-0215.